In space. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update why you're not seeing as many videos from me. So it's kind of like a where I've been and where the future of this channel is going little update, and then a little mini vlog. I have just written a community post for you guys. If you would like to check that out, you can. It's on my community post tab on my YouTube page, but basically I'm going through some health issues right now and I'm having trouble finding the time and health and mental space to be able to create regular content and do like readathons and stuff like that. Right now I just need a lot of rest, and filming is really hard right now, so I'm not going to be doing that as much regularly. However, I am still planning on doing some live shows here on my channel and also being really active on my Instagram, so please do add me there if you are interested. I have been on vacation and I also had a visitor, Victoria, a musical bookworm, which was amazing. But mostly this vlog is just a kind of impromptu 48-hour reading vlog. I'm hoping that you'll be seeing more vlogs from me in the future. Just they'll be more occasional rather than regular. But I'm sure I will talk to you soon, especially if you add me on Instagram. Here are my handles right here. I really love talking to you guys. I love the community here, so please keep talking to me. That's really why I'm here. You guys are my social life. I love you guys. I love talking about books with you, so please talk with me. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this vlog, and don't forget to check out the charity links down below to Families Together. They are just so amazing. They support foster families in local communities, and they make sure that fostering is a sustainable system for those families and just connects everybody more closely with local families and makes that kind of social capital. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Good morning. This is Christaaaay from Dostoevsky in Space, and I was just sitting here with my moose mug from Alaska, which my mother-in-law got me, which I love. And I'm just deciding to do a 24-hour readathon because I want to. It is almost 10 a.m. and I've been sort of reading for like the last half an hour while I made breakfast. I've been having my iPad read to me The Dragons of Autumn Twilight, the first Dragonlance book. I'm trying to kind of blow through this book because it's picked up to where I'm finally into it. I am in that spot with about 3 or 4 different books to where I've gotten past the beginning stages where it's hard for me to get into it. And I'm like at the point now where I can just kind of sit and read them and start enjoying the process. Beginnings are hard. Maybe this is a good place to start a readathon. I'm hoping. I'm not usually very good at actually finishing things during readathons, but let's see if I can finish. Today my goals are do some Russian, finish Dragonlance. The other things that I need to work on are the Return of the Sorcerer. Oh, and my library loan for the French Revolution book also will be gone in like 24 hours. So I'm gonna go heat up my coffee and continue listening. Cheers! Hello! If you hear marbles hitting a bowl in the background, that is part of my physical therapy routine. Do not mind me. I've been reading a bit of Dragonlance. I finally did what I've meant to do all month, and I left a Voxer with some of my thoughts in the Dragonlance Voxer group that Evie set up for this group. And we're gonna have a live show on July 10th. That's gonna be really fun. Even though I think that this series isn't exactly my favorite kind of fantasy, I definitely prefer more character-driven and just prettier prose kind of fantasy. I am really enjoying the settings of this fantasy, and I'm enjoying trope hunting. I'm not very good at picking out tropes, but this has been like an exercise in trope hunting. Like, for example, a character arc I could definitely say is that there's this character called a Kender who is basically like, he is a type of Bilbo Baggins. Let me read you what he is. Hang on. A breed of halfling that feels no fear and has the innate ability to acquire items that belong to others while professing eternal innocence of any wrongdoing, affected with the wanderlust, always cheerful. So basically he's a breed of Bilbo Baggins. So that's kind of what this series does with plots as well, fantasy plots and settings. Unfortunately, I've been really bored throughout most of the book, and it actually, I probably would have DNF'd it by now if it wasn't a buddy read. So I wouldn't say I'm really enjoying the book. I have read a lot of foundational fantasy, but this is definitely a type of fantasy that I have not read before. I've wanted to read something like this. I felt like a fake fantasy fan until now. Now I feel like I can call myself a real fantasy fan. Hello there. Oops. I am going out for a short evening walk. I should say I'm actually using this vlog as a bit of a catch-up because Victoria and Julio from Victoria's channel, A Musical Bookworm, just came to visit me. And so I spent like the last week hanging out with them, and I didn't really vlog it because we spent a lot of time just hanging out on my couch. We did travel a little bit around the county, but we had a fantastic time, and I cannot thank them enough for coming and hanging out with Kevin and I. It was such a blast. If Victoria watches this at some point, which she probably will, she is so supportive of my channel. Thank you, Victoria. I love you. It was amazing having you here. I miss you already a lot. And I spent the week before that on vacation. So Kevin just got home and we were talking, and I was complaining about Dragonlance as per usual. I'm not a very fast reader, so if I'm not enjoying something, I complain about it a lot. And I was complaining about it because this is supposed to be a plot-driven work, and I was not finding the plotting particularly enjoyable. The plotting feels like a middle grade plot with all of the plot holes of middle grade plotting, and then suddenly there will be like moments of gore that are like really visceral and graphic, and I'm like, that's not middle grade. Just not great. So I was complaining to Kevin, and because I am going through these health flares right now that are just problematic, I have an autoimmune disease, there's other complications, I'm on all kinds of medicines, it's complicated, it's not life-threatening. Don't worry about me. It does mean that sometimes I have to make health calls, and if something is stressing me out, so I have decided I'm going to DNF this book. I'm gonna stop reading it for now, and maybe for forever, but definitely for today. And if I have to go on the live show and be like, I didn't like it and I DNF'd it, the plot was juvenile, the gore was not, it's not my style, and I kept getting the characters confused because there is no characterization at all, then that's what I'll have to say. Unfortunately, there's just not much redeeming value here. I had a little bit of fun with it, but mostly I'm just really bored and I'm going to quit. Instead, I'm going to work on some Russian, and I think I will work on the French Revolution book because that one goes back in like a day. I have the audiobook as well. I will probably get a little bit more reading in after I stop vlogging for the night. I try and stop filming and doing anything related to work after like 9. I continue reading, so we'll see how I do. The other option that I have, if I'm just like really in the mood for it, is reading The Return of the Sorcerer by Clark Ashton Smith. I really love The Return of the Sorcerer. It's a collection of science fiction horror short stories, and they're just beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. He just has a way of like painting these other worlds. It's just so otherworldly. It really takes me away, and prose is really just elevating and gorgeous. And I am reading that for a live show with Kate from the Literary Apothecary and Stephanie from Miss Richards Reads. It would be a pick-me-up after Dragonlance. So we'll see what I'm in the mood for. Probably though, the French Revolution book. We'll see. So since I DNF'd Dragonlance, I decided to work on my French Revolution book. I read probably a full 25% of that book yesterday, and it was amazing. Wow, what a crazy book. It's called 12 Who Ruled. France just had all these different people who, after murdering the King Louis, they had different ideas of how to fix France. It uses the metaphor of a house. It's like a whole bunch of different styles, and there's a whole bunch of crazy different kinds of workmen in the house, and they all have ideas of how they want to fix the house. All of those different workmen are all of the different people with different ideas of how to fix France. France is the house. Basically, it's about the men who were ruling during the French Revolution of like the 1790s, so like 93 and 94 that's all I've read so far. So the first 2 chapters are really introducing us to these 12 men and telling us what the period was like. And basically, these men were pretty much the representative of the people, sort of authority that had been elected. And so the setup of the first 2 chapters was a little bit like pretty heavy stuff. But once we got past those first 2 chapters, the 3rd chapter was like, starting right off with the terror, talking about what the French Revolution is. It's a war where France is trying to spread the Republic all throughout all the countries everywhere. It's still like kind of cloudy to me exactly what they thought they were doing, but yeah. So the politicians, it's interesting. Some of their ideals are very similar to like the American revolutionary ideals, except that they're willing to continually try and purge each other. They all think that they are right. And so they continually are purging their political enemies, guillotining them. So it's very violent and bloody. It's really interesting though. I am enjoying the book. I would say it's probably not like a book for beginners of the period, like who aren't very familiar with the period, but yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. Once I got more familiar with it by reading like 25% of it with my eyes, I've been able to read quite a bit of it just by listening to it. So I'm about a third of the way through it. It's been a fruitful 48 hours of reading. So that's what my 2 days of reading looked like. One book, not so productive. The other book, very productive. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little vloggy, updatey thing. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you did in the last May, June, when you haven't been hearing from me. I'd love to hear from you. Have you been on vacation? Have you been seeing family? Have you been catching up post-plague? Let me know what you've been reading. I just love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for your support and your comments. Every time you watch the ads on my videos, all of the ad revenue does go to the wonderful, wonderful charity Families Together. So please do continue watching the ads if you can. I'm gonna have a treat for you on this channel. I'm gonna be introducing you to the founder of Families Together. She's going to be on a live stream with me here, so I can't wait for that. So thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.